Pike, Kaiser. Who do you have for that, Blim? How you feeling about that one?
The man with the mighty stash. I just released a video on him earlier today, so I've actually been playing quite a bit of Braum recently. Obviously, he does counter Ezreal's ult, but he's on the same team, so he doesn't have to worry about that now. I'm not too sure about the same interaction goes for Pike onto the Braum, whether he blocks the Pike spike. Interesting to see if that interaction does take place. I haven't seen it personally, but we will probably see it in this match.
Oh,
But notoriously, we do see the red side always try and lock in that duo lane team comp first. We've been seeing for the rest of the tournament that they generally lock in duo lane straight away with the first 2 picks. And we see that red side has been a big banger for most of these teams, to be honest. A little bit of upset between the later stages of the tournament, but majority of the tournament, red side generally wins it in this meta. But we see the Lee Sin and the Jax locked in, so we know that MohLIEVERS have got their jungle. Jax, however, is going to be up in that Baron lane, so it's going to be interesting to see what these bans come through. I can only suspect that we'll see MohLIEVERS ban more jungles than they ban any other role within this one, just to dwindle down the selection on superiority.
yeah, and honestly, I like that. You know, if you don't know exactly what the enemy team plays in the jungle, or if you know what they play, but they play so many different champions, you can just dwindle that, especially when the jungler is such an important role in these games. The jungler with the ganks in a team fight, you need to coordinate so many team fights, so many objectives, just in general, it invades, which slowly dwindle the game out and spell the win or loss for you. You focus on that jungler on the enemy team. You want to make sure they can't do what they want to do. And then your jungler, especially if you're Lee Sin can go wherever he wants. He invades, he ganks, he kills, he does it all. It's early game. And that's what exactly what they're going to be trying to do in that early game. Take that lead, let Kaiser build up, let Lee Sin do the damage, and then Kaiser can take over. Let her, say, I got this, Lee Sin, and then you win the game. We'll see like
Definitely.
that. We got the rest of the band. Yeah.
Rest of the bands here, we're seeing the Fiora, the Jace, the Vi, and I'm going to leave this one down to you, Weewoo. We all know and love how you pronounce Xin Zhao, so you can go ahead and say that final one. Let's just hope they don't get a Lucian pick as well. So that's the 2 picks that Weewoo says absolutely beautifully, and we always love it when he says both of those champions' names. But yeah, the Akali coming through, we're seeing quite a bit of an assassin team comp on the side of MohLIEVERS here. We've got the Pike, you got obviously Kaiser going in with the ult as well, Lee Sin, the Akali. There's no big bruiser here yet being picked. I can only imagine that the Baron laner may be that. That's assuming that the Akali is going to be down in the mid lane. But we see the Wukong come through in the jungle for superiority here, and then the Tristana come through again. So we might be seeing the Trist in the duo lane with the Braum, and then Ezreal in the mid lane, possibly going against the Akali. So let's see what this last little lock-in's going to be for MohLIEVERS.
Ezreal's got that little, way to get out of trouble. So does Tristana as well. Both of them have that E that can get them out of trouble. So, it could be either one, but it will most likely be Ezreal in that mid lane. And we're seeing MohLIEVERS, the red team, picking basically all evil characters, all red evil characters, and we got superiority with all good guys. So it's a battle of good versus evil, it looks like, in this team fight. We got Lee Sin, Kaiser, Kassadin, Akali, and Pike for MohLIEVERS. And we got Jax, Wukong, Ezreal, Tristana, and Braum for superiority. So, I mean, do we go for the good guys or the bad guys?
The color palettes between these 2 teams have definitely been coordinated. I mean, there's a lot of purples, a lot of reds going on the side of MohLIEVERS. And on the other side, you got quite a bit of purple, a bit of blue in there for the Ezreal, for the Braum as well. And then obviously Wukong upsets it a little bit. It's not as quite consistent as the side of MohLIEVERS. But yeah, we're seeing actually the Kassadin is going to go in the mid lane against the Ezreal. Quite a bit of a lore breakdown and a brawl going down in the mid lane. And then Akali going against the Jax. So once again, a lot of dive in, dive out picks on the side of MohLIEVERS.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Wukong versus Lee Sin. Wukong's got that sustain to survive a Lee Sin little combo, and he's able to also stun him at the same time, but he's going to have to time his ultimate as Wukong very well against that Lee Sin to be able to stop him in his tracks from just dashing and weaving in between his team and picking them off one by one, because they are pretty, you know, you got that Ezreal and that Tristana for your backlane, but you do have Wukong, Braum as your frontliners, and then Jax to wreak havoc everywhere else. I do like their team combo. Their team combination is very, very well. But then you have MohLIEVERS with that Lee Sin, that Kassadin, Kai'Sa, Pyke, and Akali, all squishies. No tanks on their side, but they're going to try to see if they can get that early game with that Lee Sin and just kill them instead of being scared of dying themselves, you know?
Yeah, the only thought of MohLIEVERS team comp I would say is like the lack of CC. All you've really got is Pyke's pull. There's not much else in terms of what they can offer in terms of CC there, other than obviously Lee Sin being able to kick people out of the team fight, Pyke being able to pull them into the direction that he wants them to. But if you look on the side of Superiority, they've not only got Counter-Strike, they've got Wukong's ultimate as well, and they've also got Braum's knock-up and obviously concussive blows if they manage to land enough of his passive onto the enemy champions. So quite a bit of CC against not so much CC on the side of MohLIEVERS. And it's very interesting to see MohLIEVERS go for something like this. Their team comps are generally a lot different in terms of what they go for. They normally have the Aatrox, the Fiora, the Jace, the Kaiser's obviously in there, Gragas is normally in there, who wasn't actually banned this time around. So I'm really interested to see why they haven't picked Gragas and why they've gone for this Pyke pick instead.
Pyke's got that good early game. Honestly, look at that exactly right there. The poke, force the flash out on the Tristana. She's already low. She's going to have to recall. And Pyke, with his insane passive, look, he's going to be back to full health. He's healing right now. He just healed. Oh, another flash into it. A first blood with the Pyke. That was so easy. That was very, very easy for them. Waste the flash, but they burn the flash on the Tristana, and they get the kill. And just like that, Kai'Sa's online. In a minute in. She's online.
I mean,
she's ready.
That flash, that Pyke pull there, that interaction just as a whole was beautifully executed by MohLIEVERS here. And I'm not going to say it because we're meant to be unbiased, but in my head, I've got the thoughts that's going on, why this team comes going on and what is going on. But I'll give that a bit of an after flavor, a bit of spice towards the end of the match. But so far in that duo lane, it's definitely going in favor of MohLIEVERS rather than Superiority. However, that mid lane is definitely looking more so in the favor of Ezreal right now. But the problem with a champion like Kassadin is if you sort of allow him to get ahead, allow him to get that first kill, he is one of those champions that generally just scales very well towards that late game. So I think that's the whole thing for Ezreal in the mid lane, is just got to make sure that Kassadin doesn't get that rhythm and tempo going.
Ezreal needs to gank his team because you have that bot lane losing, and Kassadin excels when they're just pushing that lane and farming the gold, so he doesn't want to necessarily leave. We're looking at a little team fight here. Braum taking so much damage. Another Pyke hook onto the Tristana, bullying her. An ult from Lee Sin, and they get the other kill onto the Braum. Both of them go down. They're looking for a third. They got the wrong monkey.
A bit of a bullion.
Oh, but they got the right monkey their time. That it is. 3 kills right there off that gank. That Lee Sin ultimate. It's so much.
Okay. A little bit of a one trade up there in the Baron lane. That Ignite just hit a little bit different from Jax than it did on Akali 2 Jax there. They're both exhausted the Ignite, but Jax being lucky enough just to take the Ignite just a little bit closer to the edge, taking the kill on the Akali. But back down to that bot lane, that 3-on-1 engage under the turret. Nobody is confident to try and take that on, especially when it's a Lee Sin, it's a Kai'Sa, and a Pyke. You can either be pulled, kicked, or just literally pounced on in any direction possible. There's no way of getting out of there. But we did see that Vox did try and take out the Kai'Sa just to get some gold in his pocket, but was just a little bit unlucky in that interaction as a whole.
If I'm Superiority, I'm telling my solo laner, I'm telling Jax, build Hullbreaker, because right now that is what I'm looking at for the win condition, 100%. You need your 4v5s to go very well. You have Wukong, you have Ezreal, you have a good front line to be able to sustain and try to survive that team fights. Look at that poke. Tristana with a little dash at the same time, but it's not enough. It's a 1v2 under tower. Pyke gets the kill, gets the gold to Karma. She's low. Braum can't do anything. Another one! Pyke is too much. Pyke is too much to deal with right now. The damage is insane. The CC is insane. He is so strong. He's got 3,800 gold. Kai'Sa has 4,000 gold. That bot lane is getting bullied. Jax, build Hullbreaker. Do it for me. All right, that is the only way you're winning right now. You need that Jax to scale and win these fights against Akali and push that lane, because your bot lane is not what you are winning off of right now.
Definitely, definitely. I think the one thing worth pointing out as well is that we've got 2 serrated Dirk items going in on the side of MohLIEVERS, and that item currently right now, especially with the armor pen, is crazy. So not only have we got the Lee Sin going, building that into the Yumu's, we do see that Serpent Fang being built onto Pyke as well. And we just saw DiEnzio's damage on Kai'Sa just absolutely melting down the Tristana, and then also getting the kill onto the Braum as well. It was just pretty much it's bye-bye Nita for duo lane. Just look at that damage. It's crazy.
Through the Braum shield. Oh, Jax is going down.
Not even a counter-strike.
Wukong looking for something.
Anything.
So close, but Wukong does get the kill on Akali. He's going to be looking for that Kassadin. He's not online yet, but he still does a lot of damage. But Wukong's got his ultimate. Will it be enough? Is he going to go for it? Oh, so close. Good little fight by Wukong, but not enough to kill the Kassadin. But look at this, 5 minutes in, and they're taking bot.
I want to bring it back to that English muffin talk that we was on about. That the play by Wukong there was just the butter melting on top of that English muffin, as we saw in the lovely pictures that both me and Pierce both sent into the Discord. But yeah, we got a bit going on in this mid lane. Enough of the food talk, as you know, as casting, I always bring out the food.
Pyke's damage.
But there's just so much going on, literally. Oh man, this Kai'Sa is popping up,
yes,
especially with the Pyke.
The
I don't know where to look.
Done.
There's so much going on.
Procs the passive off Kai'Sa, and she can ult wherever she wants without even hitting her W onto anyone. So if a Pyke lands it, she just ults onto the Tristana, and then she Qs, and there goes all the health, and then Pyke finishes it off. And it's done. Braum's trying to survive. It's not going to be enough. Kai'Sa's doing so much damage. She's very, very strong. They got Mountain Dragon. There's nothing you can do really against this Kai'Sa Pyke combo right now. The Q is doing too much damage. She's got Mana Mune, and she's only going to get stronger once it finishes building into the final option for that item. Jax is very low right now. He doesn't want to go in. He's waiting for that smoke to go away. Oh, look at Hitman. He's got the kill. Oh, Wukong coming in to save the day, but it's not going to be enough, is it? No. Oh, the slit. Oh,
he still gets it. Still gets it. That flavor from Vox managing to take out the Akali was just beautiful there. But DiEnzio might be caught out here. Oh, we get the Tristana going in with a rocket jump, but she just signed her own death warrant. There goes the Pyke going in with the ult as well, landing and getting some more extra gold in the back pocket for Pyke there, landing that ultimate last hit also.
Another ultimate by Pyke. Will that be? Oh no! He just, but he gives the gold to Braum. Braum gets the shutdown. Braum with gold doesn't do too much. He missed the ult. Lee Sin juked him out a little bit. You know, they got the shutdown, but Braum gets the gold, and that's not what you want to see, because now he has more gold than Tristana. Tristana's 0-5 right now. She's not online. She's not going to be doing anything. She's not the backline that you need. So they're focusing on Ezreal, basically. Ezreal is their focus. Jax is their focus. Everyone but Tristana, basically. She has been effectively shut out of this game by the Pyke and Kai'Sa. She went in for that kill, and Kai'Sa came back in with her ult of her own, had the shield, and was able to get that Tristana in that team fight. And there's not much you can do right now. Akali going so deep in right now. Look at the damage she's doing to Jax. She doesn't care. She wants these one-on-ones. She dashes out. She's able to get away. Wukong's fighting for his life. Oh, he gets silenced by the Kassadin, and he goes down. Pyke with the W in, putting it low. Another ult in. They get the double kill. They're going to take this inhib at 8 minutes in. They're pushing Nexus. Oh my god, Akali's going deeper than a water slide. Holy cow, she's just going crazy. Oh, but she finally goes down to the Tristana. Oh my goodness.
This is a pre-10-minute match. We are literally like 13k gold ahead. We are pretty much at the inhibitor day. I mean, not the inhibitor. The inhibitor's gone in the bot lane. We're at the Nexus. Pre-10 minutes. What is going on?
I don't know.
What is this team comp? It is just uncrackable for superiority. They can't do anything.
With that 20-second team fight with the Pyke, forcing the flash, and then he had the flash of his own to kill the Tristana, and that was it. Once Pyke gets gold, he's an assassin. If he gets ahead, it's a struggle, and it's even harder because of his passive, where he shares the gold with his teammates. Because now he's fed, and so is Kai'Sa. And you don't want to fed Kai'Sa. Another dash, another poke, but he misses it. But he gets away, and look, he still has all his health. He didn't even take damage.
This is case in point why you don't want to fed Kai'Sa. I mean, she's pretty much what? If I can read that properly, 306. She's just about going into her third item.
Wukong's fighting for his
we
Jax,
getting some encore people here, so there goes the that's already a 3-0 trade so far, I believe. No, actually, no, 3-2 trade. Sorry, I couldn't see the screen.
He's stuck in their base, and he's not even dying. He's just killing them. Look, he's gonna sit there while they take the second turret. They're gonna take inhib. He's stuck. He's waiting for his passive. Okay, he's back. Filet-O-Fish is good. He's safe and sound. They got an ace. Quick ace. The gold difference is almost 20,000 gold difference.
We've just hit the 10-minute mark. I honestly didn't think Superiority was going to last the 10-minute mark, but I feel like those two inhibitors going down, they're at the second dragon already. I don't even recall MohLIEVERS taking the first dragon. There's just so much going on, just so much to recall. Braum here overextending in the mid lane. What is he doing this late into the game? This behind?
Uh-oh. Jax. I mean, Jax is just
Tristana.
forcing... Oh, the double ultimate by the Pyke gets both of them. I don't even know how much damage it's doing. It's looking like they're at half health when they get ulted. Another one goes down. Pyke just decimating these forces. Misses the poke right there. He does another ultimate just to try to do some damage before it expires. Kai'Sa ulting in, looking for another kill. Wukong goes down. Braum, no! Braum goes down, and so does Kai'Sa. They went a little too deep, but they don't care. They're looking for just kills. They're trying to assert dominance for these next team fights. They're trying to break the morale of Superiority right now, and I honestly think it's working. Jax should have went Hullbreaker. Jax is trying too hard in these team fights when it's a lost cause. He should have been forcing the split push, looking for the secondary objectives, getting that gold from the turrets that they desperately need right now for this team. That's all he needed to do. He should have 100% built Hullbreaker, in my opinion. I'm not a professional.
Yeah. I can say, yeah, at the same time, in the same breath, I kind of don't think that would have been the case. Because, I mean, by the time he probably would have built Hullbreaker, because he's only just gotten around to building Divine Sunder, that bot lane was already missing 2 turrets. It was like, right, okay, let's try and force the split push. But at that point, like, there's so much that can just be pushed in that bot lane, which then just makes a knock-on effect to the mid lane. It's just like... Yeah, I mean, you could try go for the Hullbreaker just to get a little bit more gold in your pocket, but I don't think that's going to suit anybody or even help anybody on the side of Superiority right now, because, I mean, we're seeing a massive gold difference between jungler, between Baron lane. Mid lane's the only closest thing in terms of gold, but even then, we just saw a team wipe. It wasn't a clean team wipe, but they did lose 3 team members, but... What's going to take is another fight like this?
He is so deep. It actually they punished Lee Sin. He goes down. They're going to take another kill real quick. Actually, hold up. They're 20k gold down, and they've got 2 kills. Oh, but Wukong goes down. That was their front line. Jax goes down. That was also their front line. Tristana is gone, but she's not doing too much damage. It's about the Ezreal right now. Ezreal needs to stay alive. Akali going so deep. Another kill. They're looking to end this battle, but they're fighting. They're putting up a good fight right now. They're holding it off. Another inhib down. 2 inhibs gone. They're pushing this Nexus. 1,300 health. It's going to be enough. Braum and Ezreal. The duo. The classical. Oh, Pyke is going to stay alive. He's going to heal up with his passive. Kai'Sa. Ezreal's struggling, but he gets the kill. He survives. He keeps the Nexus stable for another go-around. They're looking for the kill here. Oh, Pyke forced the flash. He's running for his life. Will Wukong be able to catch him? He ults early.
Oh, Roundabout. He pulls him in. He goes for the CC. There's that Cyclone.
It's not enough. Pyke is just
going to have what it takes, but Kassadin is rotating around as well. You don't be caught out by the Kassadin. That is massive damage, massive combo from Pyke and Kassadin down in the bot lane. Jax isn't quite too sure what he wants to do with himself. He's going in with that counter-strike, but then gets hit by the Pyke CC. Down goes the ult, taking out Jax, taking out the Tristana as well. Somebody just end this match. GG, go next.
The only way Pyke goes down is through his own volition, as you see right there. He put himself in the Nexus. He said, I'm too powerful. Someone put me out of my misery. It's got to be me. And that's exactly what he did. And it's going to be a game right here, I believe. 3 lanes being pushed into Nexus. They're just having fun. They're looking for the kills, and that's it right there. MohLIEVERS, the villains of this one, they picked villain characters, and you can see why. They are strong. That was an unbelievable victory. They were just decimating their opponents in that team fights, in the early game, in the lanes, in the team fights. Wukong, I mean, I almost feel for him. You know, as a jungler, every lane is lost. There's not much you can do when that's happening. So, you know, it was a commanding victory.
It was. I mean, I'm going to keep my words short here because we have people already on the panel to analyze this. So we do have Mr. Pierce and Blazerkin. Let's give your thoughts to the chat.
I guess I'll hop in here. So I know that Pierce has a lot to talk about. We were kind of talking about it in our little behind-the-scenes chat, but I personally think that Superiority bungled this game in draft. So I think that the draft overall is like from both sides. I think both teams could have done it a little bit better. I didn't really like the Kassadin 5th pick. And the reason that I don't like Kassadin as a 5th pick here is I think if Superiority put the Ezreal in bot lane and the Tristana in mid lane, the game turns out a lot differently. Because, right, we think about where a lot of this snowball came from was sort of the bot lane and that early power they had. And I think that the Ezreal can sort of negate that. He can play a lot safer and not necessarily have as much risk. And then I think the other thing is that Tristana into Kassadin is just a much better matchup for